Hello again, people. What's going on? I hope everyone is safe at this time and COVID free and continue to stay at home and stay safe. So welcome back to another hair truth video. Today in this video we will be discussing the topic of hair porosity, and what this basically means is how well your hair is able to absorb moisture, whether it's leave-in conditioner, creams, butters, or the best moisturizer in the world, water. So that's what we're looking at today. Now we could have three different types of porosity levels. You have a low porosity level, medium porosity level, and high porosity level. What would help to determine your porosity in your hair is a simple thing called your cuticles on your strands. How raised or how relaxed, low down the cuticle on the strand is. So if you look at this picture that I'm showing now, on the extreme left where you're seeing low, you recognize that the cuticles on this particular strand, we have three strands, the cuticle on this particular strand is a bit, well, not a bit, but is quite relaxed. That's your low porosity level. In the center you have medium, where the cuticles are a bit more raised than on the low level, and on the extreme end you have high porosity level. In this illustration, the cuticles are raised high up that you can see them sticking out like little leaves or branches. Now what happens is that the higher your cuticles are raised is the faster moisture would be able to absorb into your hair. However, the thing about this is that because it is raised so high and it's able to absorb moisture quickly and well, is the same way that it will be able to lose a lot of moisture quickly. So the problem is getting that moisture to stay in there. If it is that you're on the medium level, it means that your hair absorbs moisture well and it keeps moisture well, so you're more or less balanced. If it is low, then your hair would take a while to absorb the moisture. However, when it absorbs the moisture, it would maintain it for a longer period of time. So there are certain things which you could do to determine what is your hair porosity type. There's the traditional test with the strand of hair in water, and basically how this goes, you get a glass with water, a glass that you could see through, and you take a strand of your hair, you drop it into the water. Now what they say is that you try not to interfere with the hair. You drop it in the water, and if, according to this picture that I'll put up again, if it is that your hair stays on top the water level, it doesn't go down inside of the water, if it stays on top, this means that you have low porosity hair, meaning again your hair is not absorbing the water as easily. If it stays in the middle of the glass, it means you have normal porosity hair type. And if the hair sinks all the way to the bottom, then we know you have high level porosity hair type. And when it is you're able to understand and know what is your hair porosity type, this would help with a lot of things. It would help with choosing products to suit your hair. So like me, for example, I have high porosity hair, so which means my hair is extremely dry. It would take in moisture really quickly. For example, you could pay attention to this when you're washing your hair. When you go to wash your hair and you soak it with water, how fast does your hair become limp and drenched with water? How fast does this happen? And after you finish bathing, you just probably stop it with jersey or a towel, however it is, you dry your hair and you leave it open to the air and allow it to dry. How fast does the water dry out of your hair? For me, it drying out within 5 minutes. My hair dry and brittle, so I know that I have a high porosity hair type. So by me doing this, I know for sure that my hair doesn't take well to products that are very thin. My hair likes thicker products, because when I put in the thicker products, now my hair is able to keep that moisture for a much longer time. Whereas someone on the opposite end who has a low porosity hair type, then their hair will take better to thinner products of a thinner consistency, it will be able to absorb into the hair, because remember their cuticles are already laid. So if you put thicker products, it might have some problems with the hair absorbing that thicker moisture. So the thinner in consistency it is, then the hair would absorb the moisture better. That's high level and low level. Persons at the normal level, they basically have nothing to worry about, right? I want to mention also that there are things which you can do to help your hair to absorb moisture properly. So again, for example, let us look at deep conditioning. When you're deep conditioning your hair, people with low porosity hair levels would have to use heat to raise the cuticles of the hair in order to get the moisture absorbed into the hair strands. Persons with high porosity hair levels wouldn't have a problem getting moisture into it, so heat is not necessary. Heat also sometimes tend to dry out your hair, so you want to minimize on your use of heat for deep conditioning sometimes, and in terms of like styling methods and tools. For me, I don't use heat to deep condition my hair because, as I said, it is high porosity, so moisture goes in well. The problem for me is getting that moisture to stay in. So what you would have to do if you have high porosity hair is now seal in that moisture with a heavy butter or oil. Jamaican black castor oil does this well. Also, I use plain shea butter or any heavy cream to aid in sealing in the moisture. So these are some of the things that we could look at. And over time, it's good to know that your hair porosity could change based on how you treat your hair, what you do with your hair. If you're moisturizing it well, these things could change your hair porosity. One thing that you could also use to adjust your cuticles in terms of getting it laid, if you have high porosity hair type, so you know your cuticles are all raised. After washing your hair, you mix a little water with some apple cider vinegar and you do a final rinse with the apple cider vinegar. On the pH scale, pH basically means the power of hydrogen. It goes on a scale from 1 to 14. So 1 being more acidic and 14 being more alkaline. 7 is neutral, that's in the middle. So the pH of apple cider vinegar is between 2 and 3. The pH of your hair is about 4.5 to 5.5. So because this apple cider vinegar is more on the acidic side of the pH scale, it would help to lay your cuticles down. So when your cuticles are laid, whatever moisture from your conditioner or your shampoo that you put in your hair, it would at least help to keep in some of that moisture until later down in the washing regimen or routine, you seal in whatever moisture that you put in there. So be mindful of the way in which you handle your hair with respect to heat, the products that you use. Learn your hair. When you put products in your hair, if it is, you realize that you put let's say a leave-in conditioner into your hair and you just use that alone, and then you recognize, oh wait, now how my hair is so dry already and I just washed my hair and I put this leave-in conditioner in it. It had great slip in the beginning, everything was going good, and within half an hour your hair dry already. Then you know you need to add another heavier product on top of that. Coat the strands, add a heavier product on top of it in order to seal in that moisture into the hair and see if it stays for a longer period of time. So these are some of the things that we want to look at. Also, if it is that you have low porosity hair, you don't want to choose creamy heavier products because these products will tend to weigh down your hair, and you don't want that. You don't want your hair looking all limp and your curls not popping, as the case might be. So these are some of the things you also want to look at in terms of choosing your products. I try the apple cider vinegar rinse. I do that sometimes, and what the apple cider vinegar also does together with the water is to condition your hair. It makes your hair feel a lot more softer when it is you finish washing your hair. If anybody ever tried this before, please feel free, comment down below, let others know exactly what hair type you have, what the apple cider vinegar did for you, or how is it that you treat with products in your hair in terms of porosity. So again, just to reiterate, porosity is how well your hair is able to absorb moisture. When you figure that out, you would be able to know how is it that you're able to keep that moisture in, seal any moisture, helping your hair to stay moisturized for a longer period of time. And once you know this, your hair will become healthy. You would see things changing, as the case might be. As time go along, you will see things changing for better. So this is basically what we had to discuss today on hair porosity. I hope that this information was useful. If you have any questions, any videos you want to request, anything that you want to see, any DIYs, as I said, DIYs, I have been working on some deep conditioner geared towards strengthening the hair and moisturizing and getting growth, because you know, from my situation before, I had a little challenge with the hair loss and getting hair to grow back in certain areas. I'm still paying attention to that. So for the past 3 weeks I have been working on some deep conditioners, because I wasn't able to go outside and buy anything. I say, you know what, I have enough ingredients home here to try something and experimenting. So you always see a lot of videos on DIYs, deep conditioner, herbal oil videos. So just get yourself in a gear, get everything that you need, your oils, your butters, anything that you want to do, and have them waiting for when I upload these DIY videos. So at this point in time, I want to implore on everyone again to keep safe, stay at home. If you have nothing to come outside for, stay in your place, right? Don't go out there and cause any unnecessary harm to yourself or any of your other family members. So again, I thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that